I had a dream. I was back in high school, and I had this metal trades class I was in. It was like a trades class: welding, grinding, machining, all that stuff. And I had my pyramid. I have a black one, and somebody had grinded it, like just grinded the top off of it, just fucked it all up. And I was like, what the fuck? And I've got this because this is what I got in my hand. This is not grinded. My little metal ring, I've got a metal copper ring I put around my T. It was all smashed. All my stuff was there. It was all warped, fucked, destroyed. And I'm like, and I seen this guy that I know in this town. It's a friend of mine. Not the best friend, but a friend, an acquaintance, somebody I've known for years. He's like, yeah, I did that. Because that Metatron angel, that's not in the Bible. It's like, what? I, those names aren't in the Bible. So I destroyed it. And I fucked this dude up. I went right into his face, just fucking beating the ever living shit out of him for telling me that. There was another guy who was really tall. I had to like, and he was saying it too. Yeah, that's demonic. That's all demonic. I climbed up his fucking head, grabbed his hair, and slammed him into the floor. I was just kicking their fucking asses. Very violent. Don't know that, is there a lot of anger and violence in you? Yes. 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 In this instance, they were trying to destroy my stuff that I use, and giving me some bullshit reason. Oh, it's demonic. That angel's not in the Bible. No, I don't think it says Metatron one time in the Bible. Let's find out. Let's see if this is an accurate dream. Is the angel Metatron mentioned in the Bible?
No, the angel Metatron isn't in the Bible. He's primarily found in Jewish mystical texts, like the Kabbalah, and is seen as the transformed prophet Enoch, acting as a celestial scribe. Tradition suggests Metatron is the Enoch mentioned in Genesis.
He's not in the Bible. So they're telling me this shit, and they're pissing me off. Like in the dream world, when you're pissed off like this, normally you can't land the punch. You're like, no. I was grabbing heads, slamming them down. Extreme violence. Now, why? Why would this be opened up? What would be the cause of this? I've got to guess. I've got to guess. What do you do about your anger? I manage it pretty good because I don't normally throw buck wild ass fits. Some people don't know how to do it. They don't know how to be talked to. If you say something ignorant to them, they'll want to try to fight you. Now, you can navigate that by just being polite and not escalating situations. But in the instance where you have your stuff destroyed and over some petty reason, maybe it was revealing something to me I needed to know. I didn't like it though. I did not. And I bucked. I bucked back. Big time. I threw a fit. And it was just fighting. Then there was another dream. I can't remember it though. I was gonna try to record all of it when I woke up, but I can only remember the one. It stood out so much, and it was so early in the night of having the dream, you know. If you're going to be angry, you got to know how to transform that energy. There's times you can be angry and you can you're not ever going to get rid of anger. You're not. You're going to be angry. But do you turn red and do you get violent? I mean, maybe if somebody puts their hands on you, you might have a justification to fight back, you know, because you're defending yourself. If they destroy your stuff or mess with your family, that's another good reason to fight. Although, most of the times, I would just say, I don't advise it and I don't think it's good for you. Because it's not. But if you can transmute that energy and if you can deal with it and tolerate it, then you've got a real skill for life. A real skill for life that you may not have had or you may not know you need. You know, somebody calls you a name, what do? Do you take it personal? You get real petty? You be like, I'm not that thing you said, you know. Things like that you need to be able to navigate and be able to withstand. It shouldn't bother you. They can call you a pussy, you know. You call me a bitch, I'm likely to fuck you up. There's just certain, like, I have a problem being talked to crazy. If you talk to me crazy and you're escalating, I will. It's really easy for me to match that back. Be like, oh yeah, and no, and not care. Be like, well then let's go. And that's not healthy. It's not. When your heart starts beating real fast and you just want to fucking smash their face into like the concrete, it's not good. You got to figure out how to do something with that. There's instances where that can happen all the time. You got to find ways to deal with it with your family, who will do it, with your friends. May not happen often, but if it does, what are you going to do? You're going to get into a fight and then be like, oh, we're okay? Some people can do that. Some people can whoop the shit out of each other and then they've got it out of them and they're fine. You know? You'd have to know somebody really well to have a situation like that. You might be like sports teammates or something like that. It's not a situation that would arise normally and occur and just resolve itself like that. You know what I mean? But if it could, you'd be better. You'd be better off than if you didn't. Because you don't want to destroy, you know. A lot of times women want to escalate stuff with a man and they don't have any clue of needing to keep their fucking hands off of somebody. They think it's okay to put their hands on somebody, slap them all around. And just because you're a woman doesn't mean that you can do that. Just because you're a woman, you can't use that as an excuse, because you get both of you fucked up. That's the thing. You're not just hurting yourself, you're hurting yourself and the person that you should want to defend. You know what I mean? Ultimately, anger needs to be transformed. You have to figure out how to do it. And this stuff is a consciousness key. And it shows you ways. And it brings you those opportunities to see where you have stress, turmoil, communication issues. And I think that's exactly what happened to me in the dream. It showed me. Probably because I'm having to deal with my ex again. And I'm having to. I'm having to deal with it because I have to. You know what I mean? I can't be the person that's just going to, like, just, oh, okay, since you're going to throw a fit and not talk, I'm not going to try to communicate with you. I have to find a way to communicate with this person that I know doesn't have my best interest in mind because they don't know how to defend and protect it